Welcome back to Newsmaker Live. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Of course, we're speaking with Vincent McDoom, and he is so many things.
Oh my God.
So many caps to wear, and he's just here to assist us with the first ever St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival, the fashion component of it. Of course, you'll see the number on your screen in a second. We'll be taking your calls so you could pose some questions to him and contribute to our discussion. We were on that day that this fashion show, that day that you're working towards, and you have been working with the models. I mean, take me through some of the activities, some of the torture that you're taking those young people.
Oh my God. It is kind of, you know, it is kind of, you know, what I've realized, you know, with the models is the models very a lot of them very green actually as to what the business really is. And we, Denise and myself, we on the first day of training, we asked them what were the names of some of the designers in the business, and they were incapable of telling us the names of the designers, you know. And I remember something made me laugh because Denise asked one of the girls, name a designer, and she said, well, I have not seen name a designer who's showed in Paris. And she said, well, I have not seen I can't remember what she said. I cannot remember. She said something of that sort, you know. And Denise had to answer her, but he's showing for 60 years, you know, like she was like going, I can't oh my God, you have a call?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, am I supposed to continue?
Yes.
Yeah, and you know, but things are going very well. You know, the girls and the boys, they never knew that you had to learn posture, and learning posture helps you walk better as well. They didn't realize that you had to walk on a line. They didn't realize as well that having a book on your head would help your posture. And they have some of them are becoming very good that they can walk with a glass of water on their head and not drop the water. You know, so for me, you know, it's a lot. It's also, you know, learning, helping them to walk straight because they're all about the place. There's a huge misconception on what is modeling and what is on what is glamour and what is porn, you know, because they do not understand what sexiness is. And for them, sexiness has to be BET and not fashion TV. You know what I mean? And I think there's a lot of misconception, and all of these misconceptions, I think they're understanding it. You know what I mean? And in saying BET, I'm talking about, you know, the video clips of some of the rappers and everything like that. You know, and for me, you know, that's what they grow up with. That's their culture. You know what I mean? They are not close to what's happening on the international scenes in Paris, so they don't understand what fashion is all about. Well, and now you're recorrecting and redirecting all of that.
We have a call. Let's take this call. Good evening. Thanks for holding.
Hi. Good night to Clinton.
Good night, sir.
And good night to Vincent.
Good night.
This is Russell Lake.
Oh, hi, Russell.
Russell Lake. What's up, bro?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Well, I just wanted to give some perspective to the fashion show that the St. Lucia Jazz Festival through the government and the Tourist Board is setting up. And first of all, let me congratulate Vincent for, as he said, for giving back. And that has always been the spirit in which he has approached this appointment. I think that in all of the mentioning of the names, again, with perspective, that I have to go back historically to the time that the Marford Modeling Agency was established in St. Lucia as the
by Branford
organized modeling agency. The term Marford was Peter Marsley, a photographer, and Junior Branford. And at that time, models before us, like you know, like Tracy Elliott and Joan Johnson, there were many names before us of models who would be doing shows just for boutiques or as a social event, etc. But there were some very good models who had come before us. But Marford was the very first modeling agency, as organized as it was in St. Lucia. And with Vincent McDoom being the recipient of that scholarship, we also have to mention Mr. Junior Branford. It was his brainchild, which spawned the designer of the year fashion extravaganza, which was held at the Point Seraphin complex. I was the MC at that show. The designers all gave in the designs. Vincent won, and the scholarship to EU Saint Laurent in Paris through Jakes Compton. But I must mention Mr. Junior Branford, whose name I haven't heard in
It was just you know, a
yeah, that's fine, Vincent. You can't remember everybody, but I just think that this is quite historic. What's happening here tonight?
But
So
we actually
from
said
there-
it before the show, and you have it written here. We just didn't get around to mentioning it.
Yeah, we have Branford. He
was
did mention.
asleep. I said Junior
He
Branford.
did mention Branford as
well, you
organizer.
see,
the organizer of the event.
Well, yes. I just again, I'm just lending historical perspective to this, and Vincent has been very, very good in terms of ensuring that everybody get the kudos. But I'm moving further into fashion in St. Lucia and the agencies, etc. I mean, for those people out there who, and there are generations of people who don't know this, that I was a founding member of Marford, and the problem with St. Lucia along the years, because I, after Marford had my club Cabaret, then
You
joined
started
Mannequin
Mannequin
Management,
modeling
having
agency.
an agency in 6 islands around the Caribbean. 15 years now I've left modeling, and my models were traveling up and down the Caribbean, doing photo shoots, doing promotions, etc. And 15 years later, I am seeing that what is modeling in St. Lucia can go a lot further, and Vincent happens to be that shining beacon. I think the only other person after having dropped out of modeling would have been my good friend Richard Young, who comes over regularly and does the Strut for a
From
Cause and
Trinidad,
other
right?
events, and another international personality. But for the St. Lucians in St. Lucia, who are supposed to be heads of agencies, etc., I do not want to at all end the telephone conversation without giving again Clinton, Vincent, and St. Lucia the perspective. In St. Lucia, modeling is not an industry, a profession, a vocation, a career that one can quit one's job and go into. And not only that, the amount of, or the lack of respect meted out to beauty pageant contestants or even models, just go next door, St. Vincent, go to Grenada, go to Barbados, go to the small islands around us, Dominica, people who wear a sash and are beauty contestants, beauty queen contestants, they are being looked upon as, wow, you know, this person is aspiring to go further. In St. Lucia is a chup, so what that girl thinks she is, you think you're looking hot girl, and is derision, etc. Models, you are rehearsing regularly, you go to a store, you have your proper portfolio. The people are not going to give you the money which you are deserving of for all your models. Instead, they'll stick to shop girls, put a TV camera and make an ad, and you'll see on TV in passing for a TV commercial because they want to save money. So there has always been a problem in St. Lucia of the non-acceptance of models and modeling. I model when modeling wasn't cool. You know, when a male goes up and says the same thing, the dearth of male dancers, that aesthetic is dying because of the derogatory remarks being hurled at you. I modeled when modeling was not cool. So this goes back to the fact that in St. Lucia, we have not grown to embrace designers, because in St. Lucia we don't have many fashion designers. We have certain people who are innovators. We have just 1 or 2 fashion designers. Vincent, I'm very happy to say, he has gone through the entire regimen of coming back home now, and as he said, his portfolio, you could Google it. He has accomplished so very much. So with his coming in here, even though some model managers or agency managers may have found that the way it was done, they feel it should be more of something where the agency heads to be brought together and the girls being asked for. If the St. Lucia Tourist Board, if the government of St. Lucia doesn't want it that way, and they wanted to have Vincent come down and have him do it his way, we know, Vincent, about sometimes agencies or so-called agencies who have had girls on contract can be very troublesome to the process of getting your models on stage. They can cause problems, and I can tell you of certain agency heads who have caused trouble when their girls have gone up and won pageants or whatever.
Russell,
and
there's also a conflict of interest. There's also the conflict of interest. You are supposed to be sending your models to a casting. You're not supposed to be organizing, you know, the show that they are supposed to. You know, if not, you'll be using only your girls and not giving other girls the possibility to do it. There's the conflict of interest, and that needs to be addressed as well, Russell.
Well, yes, but you see, Vincent, I'll tell you what. You mentioned about an agency, which is true. It's supposed to be, you're supposed to scout.
And let me speed you up. Let me speed you up, Russell, as well. So because we want to take some other calls. So now go ahead and finish.
Okay, sure. I just wanted it, when I heard Vincent speak of the event management and planning, etc. Vincent, it has to happen that way in St. Lucia, this little 238 square mile little place, because you don't have a bona fide model agency with any monies being paid to these models because of the fact that the business community hasn't embraced modeling. You cannot merchandise these young ladies on a regular basis so that they can get a salary. There are rehearsals, there's rental of fees, there's a lot of overhead that have to be taken care of. Hence, the fact that the industry is not as big as it ought to be. Hopefully, with the government, because I have sent many proposals to the Jazz Festival Committee to try to have high fashion. It has happened now. For me, the portal has opened, and Vincent, you are the one who has begun it in terms of the confidence in you. From here on, I see only positives. I see now that the models have tasted this international standard here in St. Lucia. They have an understanding of what a fashion show has to be, and now the model heads, the management heads, now ought to go and it's not a diss, educate themselves properly in how an agency is supposed to be run, and don't just do it as event management here, trainer here, artist director over there. These people are not multifaceted that way.
You cannot do it. If not, it will not be
about it.
All right, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Russell. Thanks a lot. And Russell is working with you on that program as well.
And his input is rather interesting. He gave out a lot of information, which was necessary as well. So if Russell has been here and he understands a lot more, or a lot better, what was going on here, because I'm not living here, so I do not understand, and I have missed out certain little things. But what I've seen and what I've been told by models themselves, I made an observation as to that. So that's why, but it's important to provoke, a change. It's important as well that all of this conversation happen, because it's important just for the business in itself.
What about continuity? I mean, you're doing this right now for the arts, the Jazz and Arts Festival, but what happens after Vincent McDoom leaves St. Lucia? How do you continue what you have started? Or how do we continue it?
I don't see this.
Just before you respond, let's take this call. Good evening, caller. Please go ahead. Hi. Good evening. All right, we lost that caller.
I don't see this event as a one-shot. I see it as something that's going to be established, and it's going to be yearly. But not only would it be yearly, but also it will permit, like I said, do I have to stop now? It will permit, these other models to go on further. If I feel that, there's a model that I think is quite interesting, I will take the number and I will offer it to the agencies in Paris. I'm not going to want to be the one to decide or push the modeling agency to take her, but I will bring already her composite over there. The same thing Denise will do. The same thing, so there's a lot going on. But Scouts already, international designers in St. Lucia. What would be really nice is for me to wear the dresses of these designers on red carpet moments that I have, in my avant-premieres for my film. That already is immense visibility, but I must be seduced by what I see. If I'm not seduced by what I see, how do you expect me to wear it?
Yeah. Good evening, caller. Please go ahead. Thanks for holding.
Hi, good night.
Good night.
Good night.
How are you doing, sir?
Very good.
Yeah,
you're not asking me, right? You're asking Vincent.
No, he's talking to you.
I noticed that one of the caller, Russell, was making mention of he. And I see it's a lady that is there.
No, it's a man. It's Vincent McDoom.
That's a man or woman?
A man.
A man and...
All right, caller. That's
Oh, I love it. Oh my God.
You're confusing people, Vincent.
Do
you take pleasure in doing that?
No, I don't take any pleasure. I am me, and I will be me. You know what I mean? Like I say, and I will continue to say it, I will not go down to the level of others. I will bring others to my level. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So him being shocked, you must understand something. To be mesmerized is also the first step towards respectability. So I think, him doing this was a form of respect, So he was mesmerized, and in being mesmerized, he respected what he saw. That's why he gave up.
Probably he was very attracted to you, and
he was
shocked. He was shocked that he was.
I'm already interested in somebody else.
We have another call. Good evening, caller.
I might see him tonight.
Hi, good evening. Good evening, Magdom. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm loving it. Listen, I would like to support you on everything you said there tonight, especially concerning the agencies that we have in St. Lucia. I think it's time they get a wake-up call, and I'm happy that you're here to give them that wake-up call. And the people who complaining, I think the best thing they should do is to try and learn something from you instead of fighting you down, because they need to learn a lot more when it comes to the fashion industry and the modeling agencies, right? So instead of fighting you, they should try and work with you, at least talk to tourist board and see whether they can, whether it's to put makeup, how to put makeup applied properly, the proper shoes to go with what and whatnot, because what I'm seeing right now, it is not working for us. What we call modeling down here, it's just putting St. Lucia in a bad light, right? Why is it we do not have anybody in the Caribbean Next Top Model?
I just said it.
Beyond me, I cannot understand it. We have so many ladies down here who can
I saw them. They are beautiful.
Why? I need somebody to tell me why we don't have any St. Lucians taking part in Caribbean Next Top Model. Vincent, great job, and
thank you.
Continue your good work.
Thank you very much for that contribution.
Well, I asked myself the same question. Why aren't there any solutions in this in Caribbean Next Top Model? Did the agency not get the information? Did the information not get passed on? Was it not distilled? You know, I am not understanding what is happening. You know, so for me, making, you know, observations and allowing people to think and make them speak up, you know, I never made anything personal. So certain people are making things personal in directing things towards me. You know, I am not here to hurt anybody. I'm here to help everybody grow. You know, so if they want to grow with me, I am welcome. I am open. I am here for this. And I cannot begin to thank Thaddeus. I cannot begin to thank Tracy Arnold Warner. I cannot begin to thank, you know, Don Shalry and all of the team at the Tourist Board. I cannot begin to thank the Minister of Tourism, you know, for what they are doing and what they want to do, because they have succeeded in doing it with the music industry. We can do it with the fashion industry, and I am ever so proud.
We have another call. Good evening, caller. Please go ahead. Hello? Okay, we lost that call. Collaboration now, and the phone keeps on ringing. So let me take this call. Good evening, caller. Please go ahead.
Collaboration now, and the phone keeps on ringing. So let me take this call. Good evening, caller.
Caller, please go ahead.
We lost it again.
Somebody seems to be playing with the telephone line. Let's talk about the collaboration, and now that this thing has blown over, hopefully.
Hello?
Do we have a call? Hi, good evening. Okay.
What is happening?
I'm not sure. But how can you collaborate with the local agencies that exist to build them up, to make them better at what they do, to give them some pointers,
oh my God,
to show them the right way, point them in the right direction?
I think St. Lucia, for the population of St. Lucia, we have way too many modeling agencies.
How many do we have?
We have quite a bit. You know, I think if you count, you can have, we have about 6 or 7 agencies in St. Lucia. In France, you know, we have agencies for different reasons. You have acting agencies, you have modeling agencies, and modeling agencies stick to modeling. You know, you must learn to differentiate what exists in the business and what you really want, you know, and not confuse the young men and women who are applying for these agencies. You know, beauty pageantry is a big thing in St. Lucia, and apparently, you know, a lot of girls are being misled. You know, pageantry is one thing, beauty and modeling is another thing. You know, a beauty queen, to be a beauty queen is a job in itself. To be a model is another job, and it should not be mixed, you know. So I think collaboration is, I think workshops needs to be done. Russell was really, really good, and I'm happy Russell said it, so I won't be accused of saying it by other people. You know, these people do not have the credentials necessary, you know, in these modeling agencies, and they should learn, you know, from agencies. They should go to school. They should know what really the business is really about, you know. And the problem is not coming from the models. The problem is, if the base is bad, the rest will automatically be bad. That's how I see it, you know what I mean? So I think we need to already work with the people holding the agency holders. They are the ones who need to go to, you know, go and learn what it is like, the job of a modeling agency. I think this is important. So if they want me to help them, I am there to help. That's what I'm here for. I don't have any personal gripes with anyone. You know, at the age of 48, I really don't have time to be upset with anyone. I am here to work. I am here to do a job. I am mandated for something. You know what? When my job is finished, my job will speak for itself. Apart from that, the rest is really none of my concern.
We have another call. Good evening, caller. Please go ahead. Hello?
Yes,
Yes, please go ahead.
yes, I've been listening to the program,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a wonderful program. I think Mr. Vincent is doing a wonderful job. I think Strengths and Lucians will have to embrace him and take what he has to offer, because we our solutions, we like to fight down one another too much and be open to what is coming to us. And he's really enhancing. That's what I have to say.
Oh, great. Thanks a lot for that contribution.
I'm very touched because it's really true. We spend so much time tearing down instead of building, when, you know, that's not how you build the benchmark to what we want to do in the fashion industry. There's so much to be done. St. Lucia is no longer the world, you know. St. Lucia has to open up to the world. Globalization is fastly drawing upon us, and we have to learn to use our talents and make them talented enough to be able to compete on the exterior market, or be able to just, you know, a properly finished garment, if it's not marketable, then you cannot work in the business.
Now,
if a model cannot walk, well, how could you choose a model who does not know how to use the basic tools that she has? Her tools are what? It's her hair, it's her skin, it's her teeth, you know, it's her legs, you know what I mean? You know, certain things should be taken into consideration. There's a height limit you must respect. You know, in the modeling agencies, you know, it's like a yo-yo, you know what I mean? You know, make up your mind what you're doing. Is either you employ host and hostesses, because that's another job in itself, you know, because a model should always be in character. I find it very difficult to see Linda Evangelista or Naomi Campbell going down the street, or she's by the market in, you know, something, a pair of shorts with everything hanging out, you know, and pair of thongs in her foot. You know, they are always in character. For me, this is important. That's already one of the basic things that an agency should teach their models, because already it brings a lot to you. So if a model does not look the part, or she's not in character, it is really bad for the mother agency. You know, all of these things should be taught to an to a model. So for me, if I feel that the girls were not ready, you know, should I say like, or I like? Because solutions should be open to constructive criticisms. That's the only way we can grow.
Now, a lot of people associate fashion, the business of fashion, with cattiness, you know, people fighting.
Cattiness, what do you mean?
You know, people fighting each other, ladies, you know, the cat fights, you know, ladies tearing each other down, and that sort of thing. But in terms of what you have observed,
cattiness among the models, yes, I understand. The cattiness among the agencies, that I think, you know, there is a place for everyone.
Right.
There's room for everyone in this business. In any case,
but you don't see that kind of thing in France. What you have witnessed here.
No, I'm sorry, I don't. You know, because one agency don't get involved in what's going on, or the personal life of the holder of another agency. It's all about personal businesses and personal agendas, and I think this is really sad, because the agencies tend to forget, you know, they're there to represent, you know, their models and not themselves, you know, and it's all about themselves, their faces, and I think it's very sad, you know. It saddens me, you know, and then I am supposed to be diplomatic about the whole thing and not say anything. You know, I am not here to like. I will not change who I am and say I like something when I don't like it. I have never been this way. If not, I would not be who I am today, and I would not have gotten to where I am today, because, you know, I accepted mediocrity, you know.
Yeah, we have our final call. Good evening, caller. Please go ahead.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
I would just like to say that earlier this week I was at Baywalk and I saw Vincent pass. And that was the first time I ever saw him. And to be honest, I was a bit shocked. You know, sometimes you have a vision of what you're expecting to see. But then listening to the show, I find that I'm actually very impressed, because everything that he's saying, I can actually agree, and I'm seeing exactly where he's come from. So I would just like to wish him good luck on this show, and I hope that it's a success because it is a very good thing. And earlier he mentioned the model Tara, and I find when she went up to represent Miss World, like I find we as Lucians we were not supportive, and I find she's a gorgeous lady. Like she's pretty and she carries herself well, and it's good that persons like Vincent can come down here, see her, and hopefully bring her places because I've always said that this chick is just like a really good model. So good luck with everything and good luck with Tara as well. I hope that she can actually, make a name for herself.
Actually, I was very, very impressed with Tara. I was rather impressed with Tara, because when Tara came to me, because I particularly wanted her, I casted her directly. That was the only model I said I wanted her to do the show, and when she came in, she still had her beauty queen thing about her. And I will blame Tara. It was an experience for her to go over to do Miss World or Miss Universe, whatever it is. But I felt, don't waste time with these kind of things. This girl should be out there. This girl, her agency should have sent her, to do the.
So you think the beauty pageants are a waste of time, right?
No, that's not what I'm saying. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is pageantry is one thing. It's a job on its own, and modeling is another job on its own. And Tara has the making of a fabulous model. Tara, her job is not to be a beauty queen. Her calling is to be a model. And I think this girl, we wasted too much time, on pageantry with her. That girl should be at Pulse Modeling Agency or at agencies in Trinidad. I am taking Tara's composite and I'm going to show it around in Paris because I think Tara is beautiful. I think she is really what I think, a St. Lucian model is all about. I saw a few beautiful girls. They were very young. They were not even aware, that they were modeling. They were so good, and that's what I like. Tara takes very kindly to counseling. She takes critique very well, and she learns very fast. Because when she came into the casting, I saw the beauty queen because she was still in her beauty queen thing. And I was like going, Tara, you're a model. I want this from you. I want that from you. It took a while for me to see it happening. But you know what? With counseling, she is giving me, and I'm very proud of Tara, actually, very, very proud. And that is why I want Tara to open the show. The show that I am, as an artistic director, Tara is the one for me who's opening the show. I maintain this and I respect it.
Wonderful. Well, Vincent, I must say that I was very impressed, still very impressed, and I look forward to this fashion showcase that you're putting together with the rest of your team for the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. I was not sure what to expect this evening, to be quite honest, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm very hopeful, about it.
I would say something, a lot of people do not understand who I am and do not take the time to understand who I am and do not listen to what I have to say. But if you take the time, never judge a book by the cover. Take the time to read the book. You'd understand there's a lot more to the book than meets the eye, and I think we as St. Lucians, we judge too fast, and this is rather unfortunate. You must not blame a St. Lucian who wants to leave and go and get it where they are not accepted. So for me, I am really happy. I am blessed. Yes, I am conscious of that. I am so proud, that the tourist board, called me in to do this, and I do it graciously. I am happy to do it. I love what I'm seeing. I love, all of the excitement around it. I love the people that I'm working with. I thank immensely the Minister of Tourism for this opportunity. And, everybody who's in it with me, I can just but thank them because I cannot do it alone. I will not be able to do it alone. It's with your help, and your encouragement, So for me, if I'm giving back to your kids, I am here for that. I do it, and I see it as a sense of duty, honestly.
I want to do something, I want to explore the possibility of documenting what has been going on with this showcase, the lead up to that fashion exposition, and I'll see if we can get that get Vincent back before the showcase and immediately after the public gets an opportunity to see or what he has produced. So let's see what we can do, you know, between us
now. And I think
I see what we can, because we lose a lot of our history because we do not document stuff, and
which is unfortunate.
to get
and
that done.
That was something that I had said from the very beginning. You know, all of this should be documented, and all of these things you should have it, because you know, with this documentation you can bring it out and do a lovely story, and then St. Lucians can better understand what goes into, you know, a model, what is the position of a modeling agency, how the modeling agency can better operate and help the model, and how designers come in, and how, you know, this octopus thing which is called fashion, how it can branch out and everybody can get a piece of the pie. It's not all about one person getting everything because they're getting all of the funding, they're getting this. It's not all about that. Please learn to cooperate with one another. You know, it's not about one person milking and the others not getting anything. It's so sad, and it saddens me really. You know, after what I heard on the air, I went home and it hit me, and I cried in my hotel room because it was so unnecessary. Here I am coming back and giving, you know, and all I'm getting is all this bashing, and it's so unnecessary. I didn't do nothing to deserve this, you know. So I just want to thank the people who were there with me and the people who have encouraged me. Thank the tourist board again. Thaddeus, you know, you're really an exceptional person. Tracy Arnold Warner, you know, I discovered a sister in you. Dawn, you know, thank you for Guajam, because it's very important for me. And I want to say a big thank you to my team, May, Denise, Russell, and one person who's been really good to me, my friend, you know, Peterson Alcid. He has been there for me. He has run with me. He has taken me. And, you know, with everything that's going on, he's the one getting all of the bashing because nobody can attain me, you know, so he's the one getting it. I feel a little bit sorry that things had to happen that way, but I think Peterson Alcin has been really good to me, and I've seen changes in this boy, and I think this boy, he deserves more than he's getting right now. And I hope, you know, with my help and all of the people he has met, you know, this child, he can go much further. He's blessed. Happy birthday, Peterson.
Well, thank you very much once again, Vincent, and I'm looking
for
forward to seeing you again on this set, and we can discuss more of this, because I think it's a fascinating story, fantastic story that needs to be documented, and we can see the progress.
Thank you very much.
The movement of this fashion industry on the island. I want to thank you for being part of Newsmaker Live this evening. Those of you who got an opportunity to call in, thank you very much for your contributions. Those who tried but did not get through, well, hopefully next time you will get through. Until next time, Clinton Reynolds saying good night. Don't forget to join Delia Dola tomorrow evening for Dola Factor Live. Unfortunately, we'll not be here this weekend for Press Club because, of course, it's Holy Week, and we'll be off for that program. So we'll be back the following week for another Press Club. But before that, of course, Wednesday, 8:30, Newsmaker Live. Bye for now.